Good morning. It is 8:45 and I'm just editing a podcast here with my Lidl Nespresso. I ran out of regular Nespressos and this is gonna have to do, but it's pretty horrible. But it'll do. So my weight this morning, as you saw, was 219, which is the heaviest I've ever been. I did hit 220 once, maybe a couple of weeks ago, but I'm probably around 218 and a half. Just had a big meal last night, so it's been almost exactly, I think, almost exactly to the day, actually exactly to the day, because today's the 16th, since 7 months since I did the WMBF Worlds. So basically being in a calorie surplus for 7 months. I weighed around 175 on stage, so that's a lot of weight to gain over that period of time. I would say at least the first 3 months, if not 4, perhaps 5 months, I was just recovering from that. So my hormones, libido, my sleep, and I've really felt really good over the last couple of months in terms of my sleep, energy, training, etc. But I didn't want to cut. I didn't want to go back into another deficit, because I'm not going to be gaining any muscle in a deficit, and I want to progress long term. When I get back on stage in 2022, probably maybe 2021, but I doubt it. That I want to be bigger. I want to have more muscle, and that's not going to happen in a calorie deficit. But just since this whole lockdown thing, which started in middle of March, so pretty much 2 months ago, if not more. 2 months ago, April, May. 2 months ago, and it's going to be going on here. Gyms are closed here until the middle of August, so it's June, July, August, 3 more months. It kind of sucks. I didn't want to cut, but I've been basically not moving from this desk since I wake up until I go to sleep. And over the last week or two, I've really felt like just not comfortable being this body weight. I feel just unhealthy. Mentally, it's starting to affect me, not because of my weight, but just because I'm not getting out. And I'm in this room, and you can imagine it only gets darker. This is like an east facing window, so it's bright in the evening, but then after midday it just gets really dark, and the light is not working. Obviously could fix that, but there's no natural light in here after midday, and I'm pretty much stuck with this lamp. And it's been affecting my mood quite a bit, and I just haven't had the motivation to get out and do some cardio. So gonna aim to cut down over the next 6 weeks. I'm gonna give myself till the start of July. I'm gonna aim to drop around 8 kilos. So I'm around 99 kilos, so I want to get to around 91 kilos, which is around 200 pounds. So it's about 18 pounds. Seems like a lot, but I'm quite high body fat. I'm not 27% body fat like the Fitbit scale said. That's kind of shite, the calculations on those bioimpedance thing. But that's the goal over the next 6 weeks, and simply just cleaning up some body fat to get back into a surplus so I can start gaining again. So get it done, get it quick, make myself feel a bit better physically, feel healthier as well. Don't feel that fit at all, and then just get back into a cut or back into a surplus. So I hadn't been tracking anything calorie wise. I had been making sure that I'm getting enough protein in, etc. And I kind of know what I'm intaking, but I've definitely been eating in a surplus. Obviously I've gained quite a lot of weight, but I haven't been meticulously tracking, just trying to kind of eat well. But obviously I've been eating a lot of calorie dense foods as well, so eating when I'm hungry. Haven't gained this ton of weight recently. I gained quite a fair bit of weight before Christmas, up to around 200 pounds, and then over the last couple of months it's been going slowly up, and that kind of increased over the last 2 months since this lockdown thing started, because of my steps. I think my steps yesterday were like 3,000, which is just insanely low. So I'm going to start tracking for the next 6 weeks at least, and I'll walk you through everything on my spreadsheets, etc., what I'm doing, what kind of cardio I'm doing, my training, etc., in the next clip. Alright, so I'm quickly going to go over how I set up my macros, how I've come to the macros that I'm going to give myself, how long it's going to take me, or at least I think based on calculations, to get to my goal based off of aggressive fat loss. And I'll quickly share my screen to show you that. So let's jump into the screen. Alright, so My weight is 99.6. It's 219.1 actually. It's 219.2. Probably a little bit lighter than that, but anyway. So yeah, 99.6 kilograms, maybe 99.5 actually. That should have updated, but whatever. So yeah, I give myself till July, but how I've calculated that is, if I want to get to the goal on 91, which is here, this is my current weight, then based off of a 2%, 2% fat loss is pretty aggressive. Then it's going to take me about 5 weeks to get there. You can see it's conditional formatting to when I've hit my goal, it turns orange. So if I want to go at a kind of really slow, kind of what I recommend for contest prep, it's going to take me 18 weeks to get to that, which is way too long. And I don't want to be in a deficit for 18 weeks. I could probably go pretty aggressive because my body fat's pretty high, and I can do it just doing it aggressive because it's going to be short. So between 5 and, if I go 1.5%, 6 weeks. So that's exactly what I give myself here in July 1st, is just under 6 weeks, 46 days. And here's how I've set up my macros. So use this calculator. I've already actually done these calculations. You can actually download this on my website, healthmastery.co, for free. It'll just pop up. You download it. Put in my weight, or my height, weight, 99.6 actually, 99.5. Age, this will give my basal metabolic rate. Then I put in light, because light is, desk job, not moving a lot, or else just doing exercise very rarely, or not rarely, but sporadically. You don't burn that much calories doing gym training, burn a few hundred calories. So basically, to maintain my body weight, I need 2,700 calories, which is not that much, but I'm not moving a lot. I'm sitting at this desk all day. So based off of that, between protein minimums, maximums, I'm going to go for the minimum, because 220 is quite a lot already. So 220 carbs, I'm going to go for around, I'm going to keep it at 200, and fats, I'm going to keep it at 60. I've already done this, already filled this in anyway. So basically what I need to do is match this to my goal, which is here. So fat loss, 2184 for fat loss. And I'm probably going to keep it the same. I'm not going to make it any lower. It doesn't have to be exact. And that's what I'm going to stick with too. I'm going to stick with these macros here. So if I wanted to adjust these, that would change. Like if I put like 300 in here, that would change it here. But I'm not going to eat 300 grams of carbs because I won't be in a deficit, or a very small deficit only. Come back to my own workout then. I'm going to give myself a range just to start with of 25 for carbs and protein. So once I hit within this range, in this range here of 175 to 225 fats, I'm going to give myself a range of 10. So basically minimum and maximum threshold. This is just the kind of easy calculations that I've made, so that this is my exact macros here, but here's the range that once I fall in between this range, it's pretty much fine. On my refeed days, I'm actually going to go 350 and give myself a little bit more carbs, keep protein high, and if I fall between this range, then it's completely fine. Here's my plan overview. Get to 91, you fat mess. And here's just how I'm going to distribute my calories, and that's just based off my macros. So I may not follow this exactly, but this is kind of what I use for clients to give them some sort of guidance on training and non-training days. Basically just even distribution of protein, and then just keeping most of my carbs around the workout, and then water intake, fruits and vegetables, just minimums and maximums for fiber as well. So I already put in my weight here. It's actually 219.2, and just going to pop that in there. And then I'm just going to be adding in all these notes here every single day, and as I go along this journey, I will be filling that in more. So that's pretty much it, how I've set up my diet, my macros. Don't want to go too much in depth into anything today. I will go into my training in another day, but this is just how I'm setting up my calories and my macronutrients. For cardio, basically what I'm doing is just getting between 8 and 12,000 steps, so on average 10,000 steps a day. I'm not going to stress about it. Always like to implement or practice what I preach is the correct term. So basically, focusing on as little as you need to do to progress to the next step. And for me, that means just doing more than 3,000 steps, because that's all I pretty much am doing at the moment. So if I can get anywhere between 8 and 12, don't have to be perfect. Same with the macros, pretty wide range. I mean, 50 gram range of carbs, 50 gram
range for protein, and then like a 20 gram range for fats. So once I'm within there, and I'm focused and I'm hitting the progress goals, so within this spreadsheet as well, I have like a percentage breakdown of each week, how much percent I've actually lost, not body fat percent, but overall weight. And if I'm hitting between 1.5% to 2%, then everything just remains the same. If I'm not, then I make adjustments. So that's pretty much it. If you have any questions, just let me know, put it in the comments, and I'll happily get back to you. If you want to get that calculator, like I said, just go to the website healthmastery.co, find it in the show notes, or the show notes, Doing Too Much podcast, in the YouTube thumbnail. Oh my god, my brain is fried. I've got like diet brain already and haven't even started dieting. In the video description, and you can find that there. So like I said, any questions, let me know, and in the next video I'll go a bit more in depth into a physique update, into my training, and perhaps into what I'm eating on a daily basis. Right now I don't actually even know how I'm going to set that up.